What's up, Lockdown Legion? Welcome back to Nerds on Lockdown. I am Chris, and as always, right next to me is Aaron. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going? How's it flowing? How you doing down there? What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, the peoples?
What's up, TW King? Back in the house. Welcome back to the show.
Dude, thank you guys so much for having me again.
Absolutely, man. What are we going over today?
We are going over music.
Music?
Oh, yeah.
I like where this is
Special,
going.
sweet sounding music.
Nice.
Music that goes to movies.
Yeah.
But not soundtracks.
No.
Oh, no. No.
I was gonna lay some Dirty Dancing on you.
Right? No, not that easy. We're talking about scores.
Nice.
And not that place that Howard Stern goes to.
Bam! Oh, the musical scores.
Yeah, the musical
scores. Yeah.
All our backgrounds.
Oh.
Anyways.
Clefs.
Cool, man. As always, we like to let you go first as a special guest, man. You know, what's really cool about this this subject that you picked out, T-Dub, is I like the emotional part of it. You know, that's really what pushes a movie along for me anyways, is the emotional score. So I'm really glad you picked this one out. So since you're up first, man, what do you got?
Well, I picked one that it almost didn't make the list, to be quite honest with you. And it's because I don't like the movie. I don't like the movie.
Okay.
But I love the score so much. And kind of touching on what you were saying there, one of the things that drives me about scores is from growing up watching like Looney Tunes cartoons, where the music was such a critical part of what was happening in the actual cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, each character had its own instrument that followed them along, you know?
Yeah.
And you see that in certain movies. I think it was Good, Bad, and the Ugly. You see different instruments that actually were the character, you know?
Yeah.
So for me, I chose The Dark Knight.
Okay.
I don't like this movie, but I love this score. It's so gritty and dirty, and it fits so beautifully.
Nice, man.
I like all the percussion in
yeah.
Hans Zimmer's work. To me, that's one of the signature things I go for when I get to watch one of his movies that he's written for, is getting that nice driving percussive sound.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Absolutely. And I mean, he's done so much, you know, that I think we all we forget all these different things that he has actually done.
Oh, storied career for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Cool, man. Well, good pick, man. Aaron.
So I'm going to lead with one of the only Westerns I like.
Okay.
I don't have any particular beef with Westerns. I just don't they don't resonate with me like, say, a sci-fi or, you know, whatever film would. Comedies. So this is one by a composer named Bruce Broughton. And I did a bit of research and didn't find any other big A-list as popular movies as this particular one, which surprised me because the score for Tombstone with Val Kilmer and Kurt Russell, Sam Elliott, so on and so forth. It gets me, man. It's got this sweet central theme that is sort of reimagined or re-envisioned throughout the segments of the film. It helps to tell the different, you know, pacing between the hopeful Wyatt Earp and his brothers, you know, arriving at the train station and rolling into town for the first time, all the way through everything and, you know, all the turmoil with the cowboys, the shootout at the OK. You know, takes it on an adventure with Kurt Russell and Dana Delaney, you know, as they're going off and kind of kindling a relationship. And then by the end of it, you've just got this massive march of a re-envision of the same central theme when they're rolling through whacking, shooting all the cowboys, right? So to me, it's just got one of the most signature themes ever to me. It just hits me that way. It's one of the things I look forward to the most when I get to sit down and watch Tombstone.
Cool, man. That's my favorite Western movie. I think we talked about this before, but Val Kilmer was robbed of an Oscar nomination. So
no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
But his best acting job by far. But anyways, for another, yeah, man, for that's for another subject. Cool, man. So I guess my first pick is a movie that was a major release, but I don't think got very popular until after it came out and, kind of went to DVD, things like that, it's one of those things where it became a cult following movie. It's a fantastic movie. It was in 2006 and it's called The Fountain. And this dude, the director of the movie, Dan Orlovsky, I can never say his name. He has some weird German name.
Darren Aronofsky,
something like that. Yeah, he makes trippy movies, and this movie's no exception. It's a weird movie, and it's basically sort of a weird acid trip version of the Fountain of Youth kind of thing. And anyways, a dude by the name of Clint Mansell made this score for this movie. And you guys got to go check it out, dude. It's really wicked. It's like very dark and just really eat your soul up, kind of like.
Is it electronic or is it symphonic?
It's symphonic and electronic. It's got kind of a mixture of both. You'll see in my picks, I kind of did that. Like that's what I really like anyways. So, but yeah, dude, The Fountain, go check it out. It's a fantastic movie too. It was super underrated. So yeah.
Nice. We're getting 2 picks for the price of 1 on this one.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, bud.
All right, T-Dub.
Always picking the stuff I ain't never heard of, man.
It's good.
It's good.
Stretching
I
the
learned
boundaries.
so much stuff, and I look back at my list and I'm like, all right, just a regular basic top 5 here, like, and honestly, my next is Jurassic Park.
Nice.
John Williams. Super simple, but yeah, man. The
They
man.
yeah, you can't. I mean, it's kind of hard to have a top 5 list with not having that on there. Like, I thought really hard about like that and a couple other ones, that could have easily been on there, that should have been on there. But I was trying to challenge myself to what other, crazy stuff that I really, really like. But I think that's a universal one, obviously.
Oh yeah,
Like it's a universally loved score,
and it's Universal Pictures. But I'll bet you meant to do that.
yes,
punny guy. JP.
So much fun. So much fun.
The
music,
dude, it is. Yeah.
Again, John Williams, done so many different things. But for me, the reason I chose Jurassic Park is it's just such a couple notes, and you know exactly what it is.
Exactly, yeah.
And all the elation. I mean, for me, because when I saw it, I was younger, and it like the first time seeing those dinosaurs, like I bought it, man. They were real.
For sure.
And that music attached itself to that feeling. And like every time I hear it, it's like there's just a little kid that's just like, oh, dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's music that's so good that it will paste on top of shitty films and they'll still make millions and millions and trillions of dollars.
Right?
It's true, man. Hey, man. I like all of them. I don't discriminate, man.
I like dinosaurs.
All right.
All right. Sorry. I'm gonna pick one of my favorite movies ever. I've already dropped it in multiple categories, so yeah, Chris. This is gonna be the score for the film The Crow.
Okay? Oh, I knew it.
I love the movie. It doesn't get old, or it doesn't, like, as I watch it years and years later, I don't feel like it's getting dated. One of the rare films of its era. But one of the greatest reasons, above and beyond the acting, the storyline, the concert soundtrack, would also be Graham Revell's score, which was really touching. It has moments of, angelic kind of levity. It's got moments of fast-paced, chase music that really kills it in the film, as far as him, hunting and going after his revenge, right?
Yeah.
There's 3 particular tracks on there that I would advise anybody listen to if they like kind of that dark music, and or as a reminder of how good the Crow's score was. That'll be Birth of the Legend. That'll be Pain and Retribution, and Inferno.
Nice.
Inferno, if you remember, is the bit where Brandon Eric Draven is on the roof, and this is 3/4 of the way through the film before he's gone after one of the big bad lead guys. And he's got that guitar up there and he's making all the racket on the top, and he plays that wicked guitar lead and then he bashes the guitar. Well, that's on the score. It was part of the composition. I don't think it was a Brandon live kind of scenario. Just
Right.
an amazing movie with a really tight textured score.
Nice.
And this movie's made it on a couple of your lists. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
quite a few. It probably won't stop either.
Right. Well, it's such a. I mean, I'm not even the biggest fan of the movie, but I enjoy watching it when it's on. It's one of those that I'm not just going to turn it off because it's like I've seen it, a couple hundred times. It's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna watch it. If I come across it, it's like, yeah, that's what's happening.
For sure.
Absolutely, man. Cool.
Chris, hit me.
All right, man. So my next one is a kids movie, and I think it's one of those sort of movies where it's another one of those, you hear the music and you automatically know what it is, especially if you grew up around our age, and that's The Never-Ending Story. Yeah, and it's
So
just
good.
such a dope soundtrack, man. It's so memorable, and I mean, some of it's even cheesy, to be honest with you, as far as like the score, but it's perfect for it. And I feel like when I picked mine, I picked what went with the movie the best, you know what I mean? And how did it make me feel? And when I see that movie or when I hear that score, those songs, stuff like that, it makes me feel like, you know what I mean, I'm 12, wanting to go watch that movie, So,
sure.
yeah, I love that score. I love The Never-Ending Story. That was made in 1984 by a composer. Well, I guess two composers. And I had to look these up because I didn't know the exact name of the composers. But please forgive me if I butcher his name. But it's Giorgio Moroder and Klaus Doldinger. Those are the dudes that made the score for the movie.
Oh, good old Klaus
Mordor.
Doldinger.
Yeah,
I remember.
Doldinger.
Mordor.
Yeah, so
I like that one. That's where you drop the ring off, bro.
yeah, man. And Mordor.
nothing but walking in those movies.
Those fucking Hobbit movies were boring as hell. All it was a bunch of people walking. 3 movies of people walking to a fucking volcano.
That's so good. Bing.
All right, man. T-Dub, what do you got?
Hey, real quick though, I tell you that no other movie I don't think that I've seen has a score attached to it that represents flying the way The Never-Ending Story did.
Yeah, man.
Just the and you're on Falcor, dude. You're right there. You're right there, man. So good.
Yeah.
My next is it's so low on my list. It should be higher, but it's low because I feel it's the standard as well, which is why it takes the third seat here, because it's kind of just right in the middle of the road there. And it's Back to the Future. Alan Silvestri.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, gosh, man. Just a couple notes, and you know that you're good. There's just 6 hours, 7 hours of just awesome that you're going to go through in the next 3 films.
My wife will like that pick because that's her favorite movie of all time, those series of movies. And she even has like the soundtrack, you know what I mean? She listens to that.
Yeah.
So
it's so good, man. I mean, I'm a part 3 guy. And
I'm a part 2 guy.
Yeah. I always
like the classic, actually.
Right.
So there you go.
The numero uno, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
But I don't dislike any of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's the one. Yeah. A lot of trilogies fail in that dynamic. There's always one shitty one.
But that's another set of movies where you have a trilogy or more than one movie that has a theme that kind of goes through the movies. Like it has its own sort of theme,
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
One, and I think a couple of these different cats that we've gone through, that's been kind of a part of
Why
their
they're successful.
staple. Yeah.
Yeah.
John Williams.
Yeah.
Like I think we were talking. Well, anyways, I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude,
for sure.
the difference is a dude can take 3 notes and make an iconic theme for the rest of life. Jaws, dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Dude,
Right.
yeah.
And
And everybody knows what that is, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bottom line is like they start great, they continue great, and they give us an entire lifetime full of amazing music. That if this was still the Ludwig van Beethoven kind of music time, these guys would be gods.
They would be those. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. BTTF, man, Alan Silvestri, it's one of the tightest, where even the little nuances and stuff are what make the movie quirky and awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Like little beep beeps, you know, like this is all the little gimmicks he drops in these little signature notes in between it. Really, like
just like little stingers and stuff like that they got in.
It's like he's his own Foley house or the Foley mixers, man. Like he just did it with music instead.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's great. All right, man. Aaron?
All right. I gotta ask, did I get into a vampire flick yet?
No,
man, no.
Okay, sorry.
Are you gonna get into a vampire flick?
I'm gonna get into a vampire flick right now.
All right.
Tell me you've got a cloak.
Most likely, but not specifically.
Are these vampires sparkly by any chance?
No.
But they're freaking sparkly. They're sparkly. How is a vampire sparkly?
No, not a chance.
Twinkle vampire.
No. They're very sad. At least one of them is.
Yeah.
He's whining the whole movie. In fact, there's a lovely line in it where Lestat, played by Tom Cruise, in
Tom
interview
Cruise
with the vampire.
Little Tom Cruises and Brad Pittsies.
Yeah, that's right.
Sad pyre.
Sad pyre, dude.
Sad pyre.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's like, Louis.
So who did that?
Whining Louis.
Who did that soundtrack?
Always interrupting, Chris.
Always.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah, no, you're good. Elliot Goldenthal.
Elliot Goldenthal. Okay.
And it could be Goldenthal, and it is silent. I don't know.
Okay.
Dude, maybe it's Golden Hall.
Oh, like Golden.
Golden.
Like German. It's Golden Hall.
I think between our 5 options, we got one of them right.
Yeah, exactly.
Comment section.
Yeah, exactly. Comment section, man.
All right, dude. So interview with the vampire. Yeah. That's you thought I was gonna go Jurassic Park, but this guy took some of those notes and he made them dramatic and fucking sad, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, dude, Libera Me, I recall ripping that off at one point in my music writing career. Born into Darkness and Lestat's Recitative, where he's playing the harpsichord and he's all green and he's all messed up because he's been living in a swamp on frog's blood. And reptiles.
Yeah.
Oh. Scores are great. This score in particular, I love it. It's, again, when I go to watch the flick, which isn't very often because I like to be surprised at things I didn't remember, subtleties and whatnot.
Yeah.
It just gets better and better. Like the score is gorgeous and dark and sad and traumatizing, just like they intend the characters to feel.
Nice, dude. Nice. Good pick, man. It's been at least 25 years since I've seen that movie, dude. So I'd have to go back and watch that movie, bro.
It really does fit so well. So much better than like Queen of the Damned or.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
If that movie's 25 years old, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna correct you because I think it might be like 94 that came out.
94. Okay. Yeah.
Comment section.
Yeah, let us know.
Because we're too lazy to look that shit up, apparently.
I mean, I will have to when I edit the video, but yeah.
Yes. I take that last part out. It was rude.
How rude.
Yeah. All right, man. Cool. So we're on to the next. Okay, cool. So
you're number 2.
This is my number 3.
You're number 3.
Yeah, man.
Number 3. You're right.
Yeah.
You say the words.
The other ones are so bad you forgot them.
Whoa.
I don't know. I'm guessing he chose a David Lynch movie. I can't tell you which one it was, but I bet he picked it.
I didn't. Not this time, man. Not this time. I almost Lost Highway almost made it, but it didn't.
All right.
So this one is another kids movie, man, from the 80s, 1982. The score was made by Trevor Jones, and this is The Dark Crystal.
Ooh.
So this is another one of those really dark, ambient sounding scores that has just this really pretty violinic music, Yes. So, oh man,
violinics.
Yeah, that's the technical term, bro.
That's the technical term, man. I love it. I love the movie. I love everything about it. But the score. This is one of those particular movies where I talked about at the beginning, and how an emotion really pulls you through the movie with the score, and this is one of those movies for sure that it has to, because they're puppets, right? So it really has to be strong to get you to not believe that they're real, but to give them an emotion as if they were real.
I want to believe.
It makes you want to buy in.
Exactly. So yeah, man, Dark Crystal for me. So
nice.
Yeah. It's a good movie too.
Yeah.
Just on the plain and simple, but I think that one also had like the instrumentation that followed and developed as characters developed as well.
Yeah. Each singular character had sort of its own main theme to its own character. Yeah. And then one centralized theme through the movie. So when you get to the Skeksis and their tower, their tower, it would be more of a dark theme to it, and then you get to where the fairyland was or whatever, and it would have more of a light, airy sort of feel to it. So
yeah,
for sure,
absolutely.
man.
Such a solid film, dude.
Yeah,
I miss those movies. I miss those days of making movies. The Jim Henson making it out of nothing, man. And,
yeah, dude.
With a little help from David Bowie's junk.
Right.
All right, man. What do you got, T-Dub?
Bill Conti. Oh, Rocky. 1976. Bill Conti. It was such a fun soundtrack. You knew there's a champion that was happening. We were talking about the champions, and not just the champion. You had you want to talk about 70s laid down in vinyl. That whole sound that came from the score was just the funk and the groove, but there was the majesty of champion that happened. And you felt like the fall, and you felt the rise is so well pieced together.
Yeah. Well, it would go from this really gritty street rat sort of like just grittiness of, like you said, of the fall or whatever, and then it would even get worse, as his opponent would be in the ring. It's always some opponent you didn't want to root for. You know what I mean? And then when Rocky's on a roll, man, you got this, like, it's almost as if America is winning. Like all of America is winning. It's like,
yes,
you got this, like, just patriotic, like it kind of feels very patriotic to me when I kind of
that movie like birthed the 80s, man.
Yeah, it really did.
The USA, 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 dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's one of the only musical scores that makes me consider exercising.
Right. Oh man, I remember we used to throw that score on while we would play. What was that? Fight night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Just beating the crap out of each other with created characters.
Oh man.
Clubbing. Good Rocky
crazy,
style.
That's great. Yeah. Good
Rocky
pick, man.
hilarious.
Good pick. Solid pick. Another one of those throughout the movies, all 12 of them. You get this centralized theme,
Yeah, the theme carries through, man.
Yep.
Right. So speaking of a whoring theme, I'm going to lay down one of John Williams' finest, and I guess I'm beating everybody to the punch here, or this was like the gimmick one that nobody wanted to pick, but I'm going to pick it because it's pretty obvious. We're talking about A New Hope, Star Wars.
Yeah.
I knew somebody was going to pick it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put it on my list. Obviously, huge Star Wars fan, but
all right. Well,
I feel like somebody did, and I feel like picking one, you kind of pick all of them at this point.
No, I disagree strongly. In fact, I've literally written in my notes, "Fuck the other ones." Is what.
Wow.
Well, actually, there's a parenthesis, and it says from like 2000 forward.
Oh God.
Okay.
To be specific, but listen. Pardon my profanities and whatnot. But, that original, piece of music that this guy wrote for a strange little movie that takes place in space with a giant shiny black samurai guy and like weird sand people dudes and a giant walking dog person. That was a tall task to be given that, and then have the talks with the visionary director and put this masterpiece together. I don't think that it becomes the amazing phenomenon that it has in Cash Cow, and now potentially failing Cash Cow, but nonetheless, I don't think it becomes that film without that score, that original piece of music, or collection of works that Williams put down.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't get the same feel without it.
No,
there's a level of like seriousness, of like gravitas. They like Star Wars without the Williams score is Spaceballs.
Or it's some B-rated, movie,
You
because it
you couldn't take it seriously.
because you can even say that like A New Hope or something like that obviously for back then didn't have the greatest effects, didn't it? You know what I mean? I mean, had good for back then, but you can go back and go, well, this is, if you didn't have that score or the acting that was in it, but particularly that score, it could have been a bad B-rated movie. You know what I mean? So
for sure. It's like, what's with this weird boy in his funny clothes, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And the funny stick thing he's flying around. Look,
but the score lended to every aspect of that.
Yeah. So it's also been abused and added on top of a million things since then. So, that's why I specifically wanted to focus on A New Hope, because I think if you can shut out everything that's been used to whore out, just thinking of it as a beautiful music. It's also one of the best selling for its time, and probably all time, orchestral soundtracks that was ever released. Because if you think about it, with vinyl back in the day, and you'll know this, Chris, soundtracks were not, I mean, besides your big disco and your big hits and stuff, like, they were only selling if they had that one big pop song or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And here comes a piece of music that's 2 or 3 vinyl at the time. And it's just got the imagery, that made the kids go crazy. But whether they bought it for their kids or they bought it because it was an amazing piece of music, it's all one and the same. It's great.
Yeah. It was one of the first big soundtrack to.
Yeah. Hologram Binary Sunset is one of the most gorgeous pieces of music ever written. My favorite in the entire everything, is that one central piece, aside from the theme, main theme and the obvious. Yeah. So, anyways, dude,
cool, man.
Because it had to be done, little Johnny Williams.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. All right, man. My next to the tippity top. So my, this one is from a movie called Sunshine. This was it's a sci-fi movie, and it was written by John Murphy and The Underworld, which was sort of like this synth band. It was in 2007, and basically it's about these people that have to use this mirror on the sun to change the mirror's direction because the Earth is getting too hot, and it's kind of like this crazy like journey to the sun type of deal, right?
I know your explanation is elementary in that way, but is there a scientist that explains that a little bit more clearly?
Yeah.
Because if that's all we got left, or we're dead, just fucking call it a day, folks.
Through the movie,
like somebody called Mr. Burns.
Yeah, through the movie, they
block out the sun. Damn it!
Through the movie, they kind of explain it. You know what I mean?
I hope so.
In fact, I don't. It's been a while since I've seen it. I don't think they block out the sun. I think they have to use the mirrors to like deflect something to get to the. I don't know. Anyways, go see it.
If the sun sees itself,
right? There's 400 more days of summer.
Right.
Anyways, all right, smartest guy on the planet. How are we fixing the Earth?
Mirrors,
electrolytes.
Just it helps plants grow.
The score though is fantastic. It's this synth with violins and like just orchestral. It's like an orchestral synth rock or album. It's so good. You guys gotta check it out. I mean, I just listen to the music. You don't have to watch the movie,
So the movie's not recommendable.
No, it is. I enjoyed the movie a lot.
Okay,
but the score stands out to you stronger.
Yeah, the score was really good. Yeah, it was nice, fantastic.
I gotcha.
So.
Okay, cool. I just thought of it. Okay, go ahead.
Sunshine.
That's the name of the movie. And the Fountain. Yeah, check those two out.
Always learning something new.
All right, Tito, what do you got?
Okay, this is the one. This is the one. And
you chose a Jet Li movie for your main score,
man?
Right? It'd be so dope if I did.
Curveball.
This really kind of is where I really started noticing music as a score.
Yeah.
And I started really like because it took me until my adulthood to look back on the cartoons and realize, oh, that's where a fascination comes from for me in that, and the character development and things. And it took even longer to realize in other movies how music really like moved the movie. This was the movie that really did that for me to start with, and it's Mel Gibson's first directorial debut, and this is James Horner, and this is Braveheart, 1995.
Nice.
Cool, man.
They may take our
And-
lives,
Oh,
but they'll never take
never. Oh,
our freedom.
so good, so good. There's so many reasons I love that movie,
Mhm.
even despite all of the, even just the directorial flaws of like, you know, continuity throughout
yeah.
it, where it's just like, oh man, he's got his sword out. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
The
That's the thing is, I
music-
think he did editing too. It's like, whoa, pick a job, dude.
Right? Pick one.
Right.
Just one, bro.
Racist ass Melly Gibson. Just pick one job, okay?
Oh man, but what he was able to do right was get James Horner, and Horner had a fallout with Cameron
Uh-huh.
before, so, and it was on a movie they had done together. I don't remember what it was, but Cameron was totally opposed to hiring this guy again. He was just like, "No, I don't want anything to do with Horner. Just forget him."
Yeah.
He sees Braveheart, and he's like, "You know what? I'll give him one more shot." And that's when he brings him on for Titanic.
Which is one of your favorites, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I love it. It's not
Yeah.
on this list, but yeah.
Well, and I had to bring that up because in case nobody did pick Titanic, whew, what a good soundtrack or score. But anyways,
Yeah, man.
Braveheart.
Cool,
Right
man.
on.
Aaron?
All
Oh,
right, so I'm gonna bomb through this one. I'm gonna go daylight come anyone go.
Home.
Dun, 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 dun. Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Man,
whoa, that was all of them, dude.
dude,
Where is he?
shit, he better. But don't let him
Bad
in.
person.
When he
You're,
jumps
just,
in
you're,
on
the,
the,
you're the kid that runs into the bathroom, turns off the lights, like red rum, red rum, red rum.
Yep, that's me.
you red rum and anyways,
Bastard.
dude. Okay, so Danny Elfman,
Yeah,
Beetlejuice,
it's
one of his earlier ones, fantastic, amazing. Again, every song a story, every character gets a unique feel. You know, you got the Dietzes, you got the Alec Baldwins and the Gina Davises. You know,
yeah.
I just simply got to say the main titles and Michael Keaton giving a performance of a lifetime. Danny Elfman nails the score. It's anytime I hear it, I'm a happy guy, and I will always be a happy guy. Chris,
Hell yeah, man.
take it home.
All right,
baby.
man. So my tippy top dude is a score by John Barry, which was a big musician back in the day that did a lot of scores and stuff. This is from 1980. I want to say it was 80. I think it was 80. It's from a movie that I've mentioned before called Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeves.
Mhm.
And this score is my absolute favorite score of all time. It is the most emotional driven score I've ever heard in my life. Just listening to the song on vinyl makes you want to cry. That's how great it is. In fact, I have 2 copies of it. That's how great it is on vinyl.
I like to cry in stereo.
And it is just a fantastic movie, fantastic score, a great love story, mixed in with some time travel. I can't get any better than that. Love the movie. Period. Go watch it. Go listen to the
Such a good
score.
movie.
Anyways, cool, man. Yeah, that's my one. Rock on, man. Should we do our flash rounds?
Dude, the honorable menciones.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Dude.
Go.
I prefer to think of them as dishonorable, but you know,
Right?
All right, Tom, what
Well-
you got, man?
So this one almost made it in for me. The reason it didn't is because it doesn't really have a score, because 99.9% of the movie is without music.
Mhm.
But for the part that does have music, which is score, it's not a soundtrack.
Mhm.
It was all organic sounds. They
Okay.
just recorded like a hammer being dropped and like cars going by and lights and stuff like that. And then
It was industrial
Producer went through. Yeah.
sound, yeah.
yeah, producer went through and actually turned that into a soundscape
Mhm.
for the scene for one of the scenes inside the movie, and it was, I'd never seen anything like that before. I
Mhm.
never heard anything like that before when I first saw this film, and I was blown away that something that awesome could come out of Canada.
Yeah, what was the name of the film?
The Cube.
awesome,
or
dude. Yeah.
Cube.
Cube.
1997. This is Mark Corvin, and man, it was awesome. It was so creepy and surreal.
Now, coming from, as Aaron would know, a sound designer aspect in me, right? Like that's sort of what I do.
Right.
Is well, not sort of. That's what I do. Is a that movie was just full of. That's all that was sound design, but they made it into sort of a. It was the living and breathing thing about the movie.
Right.
It was even down to the when you go back and you watch it again. And it's funny because when I started doing sound design, I started getting into it. I went back and I watched it when we all watched it, back in the day.
Yeah.
And that's not what I did. And now I go back and I watch that again, and I think to myself, I listen for everything now, and it's even like this hum. There's just like this. It's almost like a 60-second cycle hum in the background of every shot of the movie that you can barely hear, but it's there.
Right.
And it's
the ever-present machine.
And it's called a noise floor, is what it's called, and it's there, and it makes sense. And I would even ascertain to that's all that stuff that you hear is a character in the movie, which makes it so. The cube is the character, and that's the sound of the cube talking, and it's just a trip, dude.
Oh,
it's a trip. Yeah. So I love it. I love that pick. I love that movie. So, yeah.
Yeah, such a good flick, dude.
Oh,
so good.
Right, dude. Excellent choice.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
All right, so my selection is comprised exclusively of animal farts and the sound of ejaculating emus.
What?
And it's better than your score. So
is this a Tom Green?
What is this? What is this? What is this you speak?
I'm sorry. I was laughing at the idea that we were having a lightning round, and it was like 20 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay. And I don't mind. It's all good shit. But I'm just like, I'm going to take this opportunity to fuck everything up. But I'll pick it up after that, or I'll just fucking roll right now.
Yeah, we're rolling with it because I'm going to put a clip in there, baby. All right.
Dude, you are going to ruin me. I'm going to ruin myself, but you're going to help.
All right, what do you got,
man? It's just going to be a picture of me like, hey, and it's going to be like ejaculating emus incorporated or something. You fucking merch bandit.
All right, man, what do you got?
I'm kidding, Tom. I love that.
Ah.
Okay,
so
no bad. The lightning round, right? So I'm gonna go with my love for Hans Zimmer, right?
Okay.
And Tom mentioned him earlier. I think I've seen the dude do a full concert with like 100 people on stage, 50 different instruments, an entire choral section where everybody's screaming their balls off, right? It's just amazing wall of intricate sound. One of the greatest musical experiences I ever saw in my life, and he highlighted a particular track called Discombobulate on that concert from Sherlock Holmes with RDJs and the British guy.
Jude Law?
Sure.
Was it Jude Law? Was it Jude Law?
That's the one, dude. You got it right.
Or Dooja or something like that. But
I got one right.
Watch him out now.
Nice. It was just like that, but way better.
Dude, that was the jam, dude.
I liked it, right? I didn't make it up, but
okay.
I
didn't like these movies, so I don't remember the score, but I'll go back and listen to it.
With you?
I don't know, for some reason I could not get into them.
They were fun.
I don't know what it was, man.
What did you go into it hoping was going to happen?
It was just weird to me. I don't know.
I was just bored, He was just all he did the whole movie was solve mysteries. I was like, come on, couldn't this guy ever just hang out?
I think what it is, man, is as I see Robert Downey Jr. I think Iron Man, and it kind of ruined it for me, and it's really hard for me to get that out of my head. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, all right, whatever. Mine is really simple, man. Honestly, I'm gonna go back to 1986 with Jane Fonda in her role in Barbarella, and the score was done by Bob and the Crew and the Generation Orchestra. And man, this score is very rock synth sounding. It's really cool.
But
It's
we're
got
talking
that
like 60s rock synth sounding. Right?
yeah.
We're not talking
It's
like,
got that sort of like it's got that sort of synth rock mixed in with like a space sort of like 60s like outer space like themed, like really silly,
I get
sound
you.
and oh
Yeah.
dude, it's fantastic. And it's
Nice.
great, man. It's great. It's so good. And it's so another one of those, man, where you were talking about earlier with Hans Zimmer doing his stuff in Back to the Future where he makes little things kind of happen when characters like walk into a door or do something, right?
Sylvester.
Right. Yeah.
Barbarella does the same
Yeah.
thing. That he kind of has that like little like stingers on different things that happen, and it's a fantastic movie.
Right.
I love the movie. It's cheesy as hell, and it's not a good movie. Not a good movie. I repeat, but it's fantastic. It's
Parts
so
of
bad
it are
that
good.
it's so bad that it's good. It's one of those. You know what I mean?
It's got its moments. I haven't seen the movie too many times. I've seen it once or twice.
Yeah.
I just remember rotational goodness.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And the and the flying blind angel and all that.
No, I just remember a lot of rewinding and then rotational goodness. Rewind.
Yes.
Play.
The beginning of the
Pause.
movie. Yes.
Oh, that was the beginning?
Yes,
Oh.
that was the beginning.
What a convenient way to put that clip. That's a smart director right there.
Anyways, yeah, man, Barbarella. It's a cheesy movie, but I love it. So, well, that's mine. Anyways, well, guys, that was fun.
This almost got ugly.
Yeah,
almost right.
You're about
Almost.
to throw down.
It got a little
In the
out of hand.
Thunderdome.
Nah, man, everybody has their own thing, dude. You guys,
We're passionate. We're passionate people.
Anyways, cool, man. Well, as always, if you guys want to hit us up on our social media, it will be down in the links below in the comment section below in the links. And you guys want to hit me up on my Twitch channel. If you guys like video game or whatever, I'll also be down there. TW King, thanks for hanging out once again, man. It was great. It was a lot of fun.
It was pretty fun.
It was a pleasure to be here.
And you guys go ahead and drop your favorite music scores. Let us know. We can argue about those. And right down below where he's pointing. And man, another great episode. Thank you guys.
You forgot to mention last time?
What's up, man?
Those fancy shirts both of y'all are wearing right now.
Yeah, if you guys want to go on to
What?
yeah, man.
Where
Links
you get
down below.
something like that?
Links down below, man. Links down below, but we're on teespring.com.
And what can I get?
You can get shirts, you can get fanny packs, you can get
Do they have hoodies?
They have hoodies, man. They have
Do
hoodies.
they have tank tops?
They have tank tops.
Do they have pens?
We don't have pins, I'm sorry.
Oh. Do they have coffee cups?
We do have coffee cups, though. There you go.
All with the logo?
All with the logo.
What about hats?
That logo. We
That
don't have
logo?
hats. That
You
logo.
don't have hats.
We don't
Okay.
have hats yet.
But
I'm
you have hoodies.
We have hoodies, yes.
Who knows? By the time we air this episode, we might have hats. Yes, we have hats.
Oh, man. Well, once again, guys, it was a great time. Thank you. And I'll see you guys on the flip side.
You're welcome, I guess.
Do your thing.
Eh.